Hello, and welcome to another One Piece chapter review and discussion. Today we're going to be talking about chapter 1122. The time is at hand.
I'm exploding. Oh.
This might be one of my favorite chapters that we've read in a long time. This was absolute heat. This was a great chapter, and there's so much to talk about. But, first of all, Megan, that was unprofessional. Sorry. Remember to mute your laptop. Mute your phones at home,
really
too.
Late, though. Like, it just started. That was really weird.
I know, that was kind of weird.
Really delayed.
But while we're waiting for some people to trickle in, welcome to another chapter review discussion. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being here. It was a little weird because, we thought that it was going to come out yesterday. It didn't come out yesterday.
It did. Late.
Well, late. Yeah. So we just said, you know what? Screw it. We're going to wait till Friday to talk about it. We got upcoming heat coming in the anime soon, too. And Megan's here. Ow! She was absent during our community live #YapFest on Wednesday.
Yes.
But she is back.
Hello.
All right. You know how we do it. We go through it by category, by segment. I was going to say chronologically. That's the word I was looking for. Ups and downs. Then we get into any super chats, just kind of like hanging out, seeing what everybody else is saying. Then we go beat by beat. Then we go into our book of L's. And then we just hang out a bit more. We're going to try to stay on the rails today. So let's just start with, let me get it queued up. Where is it? Oh, shit. Let's start with our ups and downs.
You can go first.
Let's, what's it called? Let's maybe go back and forth. Is
sure.
that okay?
I just need to pull it up.
Well, the first up I have for this chapter is that this whole chapter was really an up. And that is its own little entry. Even though I think that feels a bit like cheating. This whole chapter really wasn't up, dude. I mean, I struggled to, and not that when we have downs that they're like real downs, but I really struggled to find something that I could even like jokingly call a down this chapter, because it was just heat. The not color spread, but the spread towards the end of the chapter, where we're just seeing sort of like the I guess you would call it like the cliff, the coast, the ships in the water, all the Gorosei, in their awakened forms, the giant robot. It just looked so epic. It looked so cool. Joy Boy, it was great. And we're going to talk about all of that, but I do think that it is pretty funny. It was kind of an up to me that on the cover of this particular issue, which, by the way, is the issue that features the final chapter of My Hero Academia. In all of history, ever existence, it's over forever. On the cover, Luffy is front and center, which is like crazy enough. But to get even crazier, he is pushing Deku away farther into the background. Now, I think, as a One Piece fan, that is an up. That is an up for this week. That is an up for me, and I get it. And me and you have talked about this before, if we were One Piece fans, like if we didn't actually enjoy One Piece, I would be probably the biggest One Piece hater because of shit like this, bro. Imagine loving My Hero; it's your favorite manga of all time, and you don't read One Piece, and you just see Luffy pushing your MC to the back, on the cover of the final chapter of their series. Crazy. But since I am a fan, and since I do love Luffy and I do love One Piece, that's an up. Fuck Deku. Megan, what about you?
I would say an up for me was Eam falling to their knees. I just thought it was really funny. I don't know why. Because we've seen Eam just kind of be like chill, and it was like the most not chill moment.
Yeah.
Like, and the sound was insane. Like, I was trying to imagine like what it would sound like, and I can't.
I mean, you are known in the One Piece community as the voice of Eam. Like, you do have...
Right, I am known as that. You could ask anyone in the One Piece YouTuber community, and they would say, "Oh, Megan? Oh, that's the
voice
classic
of
voice of Eam, right?"
Yeah.
Ask anyone.
You
in
invented it. You
section.
created it.
Yeah.
And no matter what they do in the anime, I will always consider your voice to be the true voice of Eam.
Right.
So in that moment, as the true voice of Eam, what did you think that it sounded like?
I can't. I just said I couldn't.
I know. I was just trying to set you up.
I can't. But that was an up for me.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, I didn't know whether to put it as an up or a down. You know, obviously it was insane, but like, you know, as we talk about these chapters week to week, I like to look at every angle and kind of dissect, you know, and see potentially like every possibility. And you know, the reason that we have the Book of Elves is because I'm not good at theory crafting, theorizing, guessing what's to come next. But I really was, over the course of the past couple of weeks, kind of liking the idea more and more that because I was convinced that the Gorosei would never stop pursuing the Straw Hats, I sort of started to like the idea that Eam would come down at the end of Egghead and like take them all out or like punish them for being weak and for not, you know, holding their own weight.
Well, we still don't know if that could happen.
But sure. But cut to this chapter where I think something like that might happen, and Eam is literally on their hands and knees, trembling at even the presence, feeling the little bit of Joy Boy's Haki that they felt from however far away they were.
It wasn't just a little bit.
It wasn't a little bit.
If he's feeling that shit from afar, it's very powerful Haki. And to be sealed within this robot for how long it's been, which we do get the name of, by the way.
We've had the name of for a long time.
Oh, we did? When?
It was like the name of a chapter, I think.
Oh.
Emeth or something like that.
Yikes. Yikes.
Oh my
I just found out the robot's name.
Yeah.
So that was exciting for me.
That is exciting. That's exciting for you.
I had a moment.
And it might have not been the name of a chapter, but
and
it might have been. I don't know.
And do you know, like, maybe the meaning?
Emeth? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. About the golems and like Emeth is like it's been used in like folklore, and it's the symbol.
Oh.
Why are you making?
I found a different meaning.
Oh really?
Yeah. Emet in Hebrew means faithful, reliable, and trustworthy.
Oh right, that too. Yeah.
Oh okay. Fuck me.
No, that's what happens.
Literally asked
here.
you. I know, but you were like, "Oh yeah, no, the golems," and then I said, "Oh yeah, no, that as well."
No, but I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember everything. So thank you for refreshing me.
It was very cool for me to find that out for the first time today.
You know what's funny is I meant to ask you, I think it was last week, I meant to ask you about some of those other chapters that you weren't able to talk about.
Right.
So I'm sorry.
There's just been a lot going on.
There really has. Damn.
But it was nice. It's nice when you relearn things, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, you know, this is how even a lot of our friends that we talk to, I mean, I feel like because we stream every week and we talk about the chapters, I feel like it's more normal for people to do what you've been doing over the course of the past couple months, just like waiting for a couple chapters to build up because you had life events going on and like reading them and then talking about them. Because every time, you know, we talk to a friend, I'm like, did you read the new chapter yet? And they're like, damn, it just came out. Like, relax. Like, let me live. Right. I got shit to do. So I feel like I come on a little strong sometimes like that. But
you?
No.
Come on strong?
No.
I've never heard of that. Not even once.
Another up for me was, and this is, I guess, I was debating whether I should do an up or a down, but I'll do another up. First of all, the MF and the rope and the knot and it storing and releasing Joy Boy's like Haki is fucking crazy. Obviously, a lot of people have been posting about the Nami Weatheria sort of like moment a lot online. Something similar was shown where they were untying a rope and it contained like gusts of wind of various strengths or whatever. But there are also like a lot of other really cool connections that people are making to this knot. And I think that it is interesting. And the reason it's an up is for a couple of reasons, right? So number one, the name of the knot is a butterfly knot, right? And I know you hate butterflies, and that's why I like it. It's called a butterfly knot. When we see Eam, we always see Eam surrounded by butterflies, like in their garden. So there's an interesting connection there. The Straw Hat itself, right? Like how they are woven together could potentially then mean that the reason that Eam has had this hat, kept it could be sentimental, a trophy, but it could actually be storing Haki. Who knows? And does the straw hat that Luffy wear, is it also storing some kind of crazy Haki that can cause devil fruit abilities to like revert or like to suppress them? Crazy. And not to say that Luffy will unlock that Haki at some point, but it's just interesting. Thirdly, there's like a really crazy moment between I think it was Oars and it was Oars or Oars Jr. I think it was it Oars Jr. and Ace. That is almost identical to the moment we see Joy Boy have with Emmet. And their hats are a very significant part of that conversation. So yeah, it's just like the Eam butterfly knot, the actual straw hat, Nami and Weatheria, Ace and Oars Jr. Like all of these things like connect back to that one moment of like the knot storing Joy Boy's Haki. It's just crazy. It's crazy. So that was like a crazy up to me because of all of the things that it could mean and that it kind of like points back to. And people love to say Oda foreshadowing or Oda is a master of foreshadowing. But is it foreshadowing or is it a callback? What's the difference? I don't know. It's one of the two.
Wow. I did not know that.
Oh, you were waiting for that, dude.
It wasn't even that clever. Butterflies
clever.
Also represent metamorphosis. Transformation. Eam used to not look like that always.
What do you think they looked like before?
Like a regular person?
Define regular, Megan.
In One Piece?
Sure, yeah.
A high for me.
Okay.
Was the crew finally yelling at Zoro to finally do something.
Damn. Got him.
Like, damn. That was pretty crazy.
That was a up for you.
That was an up.
Wow.
That was an up.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't have any more.
That's it? That's all? That's everything?
Yeah. I have a down, but we're switching back and forth. So
obviously another up is the Emmet and Joy Boy flashback. Crazy how, and again, I do think that this is something that Oda is just incredibly good at, which is making me feel things about a character that I mean, we've seen them before, and we have been with them for chapters now, but I guess just a line about them being lonely and what that will like.
That was
mean
I
for
also
them.
wrote that for me too.
Like, goddamn, like just that moment. Like, obviously, seeing this much of Joy Boy silhouetted is crazy, and I disagree. I've been seeing a lot of people online talk about how like, oh, Joy. Well, first of all, there's the conversation of like scale, which is something that gets talked about often with Oda. But is he really a giant? Is he more of a buccaneer height? I don't really know. I can't really say one way or the other. But people saying like, oh no, he clearly has a peg leg, and he has a mechanical arm, or like one or the other for sure. And I really believe that that's just perspective. To me, it does not look like this man has a peg leg. But you tell me. Megan's looking at the panel right now.
I don't know.
I really think it's just perspective.
I thought you were talking about like height.
Well, that too. I mean, it's those things that I've seen people talk about, because this is the most we've really, I think, seen of him.
Yeah, or heard of him. Like
So
this is, I think, this is like his first talking lines in the whole story. Am I mistaken?
I think so. I could be wrong, but I think so. That's why it's
I mean, he
such a
looks
big moment,
pretty
like,
fucking big.
He does, right? He looks huge.
Yes, he looks really big. Because he is like, even on this cliff, he's like the whole robot's face. And when we see Luffy compared to the robot, he looks very tiny.
Yeah, and
even in the anime, like recalling back to like when he was excited about seeing the robot, like him and Chopper had that whole scene.
Right.
They're pretty tiny. So, I mean, yeah, he looks pretty massive. And there'd be no reason for him not to be, unless there's like a twist about like the hat. But like, why would you show the hat if he's not a? If he wore that hat, then he has to be big. Like, why?
The twist about the hat is, I think, and this could be one of the theories that I'm writing down in the Book of Elves today. I don't know. I'm gonna see how everybody else feels about it before I commit fully to it. But it could not be Joy Boy's hat, but it could be a member of Joy Boy's crew. It could be.
But no one else wears a hat. Why would?
But again, I'm connecting this back to the Ace Oars incident.
Right.
Because again, the if you see the panel, this panel versus like in the anime, that moment of Ace and Oars or Oars Junior, whatever. It's like identical, and I think there's something so symbolic about that too, because I believe that, you know, and we've talked about it before, Roger believed Ace was Joy Boy, was supposed to be this like this person that did all the things that Luffy is doing. And so I don't know, there's just like a lot of this like connection, or these connections that I'm seeing, but it could just, you know, this is all just like speculation, me picking something and putting stock in something that I just like, an idea that I just like. But yeah, and then I guess if I have to go to a down, the down, and it's about two characters. The down is Saturn and Kobe, bro. Number one, Saturn. Every other Gorosei gets transported back to their fucking government holding cell, or whatever the fuck that little room is that they're always fucking in, right? It gets sent back to the nursing home, aka the government. They all get sent back except Saturn. Saturn is standing there like he's actually gonna fucking do something, like he actually is somebody. He's nobody. He's nothing. But I like that he's there so that maybe if any of them get taken out, it'll be him. By Bonnie, by fuck it, maybe even Kuma, by somebody. But like, he was the only one that didn't get sent back. I just didn't like how he was standing as confidently and as cocky as he was standing. And another down was Kobe. Kobe's so funny to me, and I love Kobe. And this isn't a down in the sense that like this was like a bad moment in the chapter. It's just funny to call it a down, because someone put it into perspective online about how like all of these things are happening in the world of One Piece right now. Vegapunk is delivering this message to the world, unveiling the truths to the common people about this void century and the earth flooding and all of these like weapons, these ancient weapons and technologies. And Kobe's response to all of that is, I have to destroy Luffy's dream. Like, I have to ruin his dream. Like, it's just so funny. And I get like why he says that and what he's meant to be.
I mean, he's just pulling a Suzaku. Like, he's turning into Suzaku. Season 1 Suzaku.
Season 1 Suzaku.
Kobe at this point.
But that was just funny to me, dude. That was so funny. Because it's like, bro, because he flashes back to like Luffy in this moment that they had together. And he's like, yeah, no, I need to make sure that the way he even words it and the way his face looks like as he says it is like so crazy to me and so funny to me given everything else that's happening at the time. But again, like he is, this has been set up for a while, and he's to be to Luffy what like Garp was to Roger or whatever. And I get that, but
yeah, Garp was like, got Roger. And also his son. 2.
Yeah.
2 for 1. Kobe's like, I need to be on that level. I need to kill a father and his son in order to be on Garp's level. That's like the bare minimum.
Well, yeah.
That's what he told Kobe when he was training him. Like, everything's important, strength, being level-headed, training, being good-spirited, but also don't forget the 2 most important things: to be on my level, to be the future of the Marines, to place yourself above everyone else. You have to kill a father and son.
Oh my God.
And you have to
That's
raise one of them as well. So you have to have that connection with your grandson.
Is this you coming out as being like against Garp in this moment?
No, it's just facts. We're just talking facts, right?
I mean, I don't know if
But what's worse, you not killing him, like by your own hand, or watching someone else do it and doing nothing? Like, what's worse? What would you rather have?
Where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? Garp wasn't even in this chapter.
We're watching the anime, so he's relevant right now.
That's true. The cops are coming for you. I don't know if anybody can hear the sirens.
I just thought it was a funny joke.
It is funny. I'm
because Kobe's like acting up.
He is.
He's acting up right now.
He's brave. He's acting brave.
Brave.
Habari gives him a little bit of attention, and then he thinks he can fucking take out Luffy.
Bro couldn't even save.
Go off.
Nothing.
Go off.
Fine. I mean, it's like, I'm not even gonna entertain it. That's how low level it is. And everyone, I might be eating my words. Maybe Kobe is the one to stop Luffy. That's it. Cut away the camera. Way too long.
Well, those are my ups and downs. Do you have any other downs or anything you would like to share? I thought you said you had one more.
It was just about the robot.
It was a down though?
Well, it was like a down because it made me feel
it was a
down.
downer.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's sad. I want to see more Joy Boy though. I feel like he was like a very cheerful person. I like seeing the robot happy, very cute. And how do you think like the laugh is gonna go?
I don't know. You're better at that than I am.
Because it's like he like he.
My heart.
I was like he.
Oh, interesting.
That's like too close to dead she. So, he. It's got to be like very unique.
Interesting.
Because it's distinct.
Right. It does because laughs are very distinct in One Piece.
Oh, I also liked Crocodile telling Buggy just to sit down.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah. It was giving like really put the fries in the bag.
Yeah. Buggy is really like a politician. Like
he is.
He's
just
on
tells
his
fucking Trump
want.
shit. Yeah, he's like, it's not my country, it's our country.
It's ours, right, guys?
And they were like, wow, already they fucking love him. But then after that statement, he was just like, just fucking sit down. Like, just sit down.
Yeah.
And he's like, for sure, yeah. I know that was a little much. Like, he knows.
Because he does feel like he is like leaning more into it now. Like before, it felt like he.
Well, because he has a support.
Yeah.
I mean, he might get his ass beat.
Yeah.
For saying some stuff, but
So that is going to do it for our ups and downs. We're going to get into some super chats, and then we're going to go beat by beat because there are a lot of other things that we didn't get the chance to talk about, like the X on MF's arm and some other things that people have been pointing out. But let's catch up with the chat and see where everybody else is at, how everybody else is feeling. First, we have Hot Fart.
It's your kitchen.
Shout out Hot Fart. My lunch is over, so I'm going to miss the stream. God damn it. This chapter was epic. You can place Haki into shit. Have a great weekend, everyone. That is what a lot of... And shout out Hot Fart.
Thank you.
Hopefully the rest of your shift goes well. And, maybe you could throw this on your way home and while you unwind or take a bubble bath,
Ooh.
Nothing like a hot fart in a bubble bath.
Ew.
But, yeah, it was crazy because obviously there have been blades and we've seen Haki like infused into things, but that it can actually be like stored
right
in something for that long.
I mean, One Piece is the type of series that it's like, I feel like Oda can just do anything and he'll make it make sense.
Yeah.
Or like, I'm not surprised by anything in One Piece anymore. Like, it's a story where anything and everything is possible. And I think it's been a long enough conditioning period to where like nothing surprises me.
Right, but now that to me at least, now that I know that this is possible and this is something that like exists definitively in this world, it like opens up the possibility of like...
Well, it's just like the cloning thing.
Right.
Like clones being a thing.
It's more like...
fake devil fruits.
Yeah.
Fabricated devil fruits. It's like these things that we knew to exist, but now they're being used in a different way that we didn't really anticipate them being used as. I'm not sure how that will come into play. I like your theory about like it being within the hat. I like it, but I don't know how likely it is because Eam has that hat. So would he would know that it's in there if that's like the one thing that can stop Eam potentially?
And maybe he's keeping that like similarly for similar reasons to like Emeth keeping it, but like maybe also just to keep it out of the hands of other people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. He just does not want this to get in the hands of anyone else. And maybe if it is destroyed, if he tries to destroy it, it'll unleash the Haki. I don't know why I said it like that. It'll unleash the Haki anyway, and it'll like harm him. So he's like, nah, fuck that. I'm just gonna keep it. But I don't know, because also people who have pointed out that it could be something stored in the hat have also cited all the way back in Orange Town that Luffy's hat was damaged, or it has been damaged before. And so if that was the case, then that would have maybe happened to Luffy's hat if Haki stored that hat, and whatever. It's just an interesting thing, and it's not so much. Of course, Oda can do anything, and nothing surprises me. But once something is done, it's like, oh wow. Let me look back at everything else that has happened and see how that like this like recontextualizes things, or how this makes me think of like what's to come. Like I don't know, but I agree that anything can happen. Shout out Hot Fart. Konstantinos the Chad.
Good smell. Flavor.
The Chad just giving us the fist Nakama. Shout out Konstantinos. What? You spilled water on yourself? What? You spilled it on the microphone.
What fist?
Oh, he's trying to fist us? Is that what you're saying?
No.
What are you saying?
You already said it. He's giving us the fist.
Oh yeah, I mean, giving us the fist. You don't like that?
It's just funny the way you said it.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
don't knock it till you try it. Shout out Konstantinos. Soham, let's go. How do you store Haki / willpower? Crazy theory. Emeth had some body part, potentially heart of Joy Boy, which reawakened after the drums of liberation. So this is interesting too. How do you store Haki / willpower? Emeth had some body part, potentially the heart of Joy Boy, which reawakened after the drums of liberation. It is interesting again that the drums are the thing, or just like this energy is the thing that awakens, empowers Emeth. And Emeth, it does seem to be even more confirmed that like this the line about like them apologizing for not being able to make them king is kind of confirmation, right? That they were like friends, but also I think part of the same crew. And was Emeth like a giant like robot always, or was it really a Frankie situation like a lot of people have been saying? Like, I don't know. But like, how does the energy that is exuded, I guess, when Joy Boy awakens or Luffy goes to Gear 5, like how does that like fuel Emeth, and what is that connection there? There are so many questions, but like storing Haki, willpower, it's so crazy. It's such a crazy thing that I just can't help but feel like it kind of will change and does define a lot of things that we're going to see going forward. Like this is huge.
Huge.
Beans D Zaru.
It's your kitchen.
Shout out Beans. It looks like Eam has to focus to transmit the Gorosei over there, with Saturn being left behind because his dumbass sailed to Egghead. Yeah. Bro, so are you saying, and let me pull up the chapter here, like,
yeah, that Saturn stayed on Egghead and transported everyone else. That's correct, right? Because we see right here all of them there,
right?
All of them transported back except for Saturn. Saturn is still face to face with the.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier, but
with the robot.
But I think based on what Beans is saying, my question is, because he's saying Eam has to focus, and it is making me look back at that now and wonder. And tell me how you interpret this, Megan. So it is the Haki is unleashed, and it is the Haki that causes the Gorosei to revert back into their human form. But is Eam the one calling them back? Like, did Eam do that right now when they were? So part of the reason why they're trembling is because they felt that presence, they felt that Haki, and immediately like used all of their power to draw back the Gorosei because they were like, fuck that. Absolutely not. Like, get them out of there. Because to me, I guess it could be that. And that would make sense. That would make a lot of sense, actually. But I was kind of confused on whether or not they just like somehow like the Haki being so strong, like they sent themselves back, or like I was kind of confused on how they ended up back in the room. But I would say that after looking at it again, it does look like Eam in this room called them back. But not Saturn. Yeah, this other person, I don't know. This other person in what appears to be robes as well.
Looks like a nun.
I thought that the Gorosei were the only people that knew of Eam.
That's insane.
That's crazy too.
Genuinely insane. Who is in there? Who is in there?
I don't know. And they call them Great Eam, so I don't know.
So they know their existence. They're dressed similarly. Could be like a servant of some kind. Like a handmaiden.
I like Vishal's, but Terrence is up next. Shout out Terrence Matthews.
Good smell.
It's a name I love. seeing, I feel like Eam must have a comparable Haki level. I kind of disagree. I'm not saying that it.
But even being able to sense it from that far, I would assume that Eam's very powerful. It's not like everyone was like, I feel joy, like, or like I feel right. Only the people there really got affected, but it was very strong. And people said we've seen them before.
Oh, we have.
Yeah. Someone he keeps dressed as Lily.
Oh, so funny, dude.
Whoa, that was crazy.
Just the idea of that is hilarious.
It's just his little cousin.
But bro, I don't know, because if you because I wrote that down, right? Does anyone else currently possess Haki this strong? Anybody that we've seen, do they currently? I mean, I'm not saying Shanks is anywhere near that, but I'm saying, like, who is closest to that? And it's funny that Terrence says, like, Eam might be comparable. I just don't know if I had strength that was comparable to somebody else, and I felt even their presence, not even them, but their presence. And to be fair, Eam might not know that it's just Haki stored in a knot. They might think, oh, fuck, somehow, some way, this man came back. And that might be scary. But if I was anywhere near the same level of power as somebody else and I felt their presence, I would not be reacting the way Eam is reacting. Like, to me, it's giving scared, it's giving fear, it's giving
let me look at that sound. Let me look at that sound one more time.
But I could be way off.
So he falls to his knees and goes like, oh,
because that could be him, like Beans was saying, focusing his power to call back the Gorosei.
The sound?
Like him going like, to call him back, Like, get back here. Could be.
But they already are back.
But that could be because they're in separate rooms, right? So that, that could be. And then because after the panel, after it's him like.
What if the Gorosei are kind of like the satellites?
Yeah, I think didn't we say that before or no?
Like they're extensions of Eam?
I'm pretty sure we mentioned that before, but
did we? No. Did we?
But I like it. I like it a lot.
That would be cool.
I like it a lot. Evil satellites. Shout out Terrence, by the way. And shout out Vishal.
Yeah. Chintassi said maybe this is a sign that Gorosei are part of Eam.
Right.
That would be crazy.
And I think the reason I think we talked about it before, and I think you said it before. I think you were the one who brought it up before, like, oh, wouldn't this be interesting?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it absolutely would be, because it could be read that way. Like, damn, like that fucked me up because I am attached to them. Like
he feels
all of it. Like,
he feels all the pain at once. When they come back.
Bro,
it's funny. They're like the eyes for him, his eyes and ears. But they don't leave. That's the thing. I can see if they're like going around. Like, this is the first time they left in a long time. But maybe there wasn't really a reason for him to send his minions out.
And maybe like to Beans' point, even like he left Saturn there because Saturn acted on his own and went there before Eam sent them there.
Yeah.
So he was like, you know what? If you really want to go that bad, if you really wanted to go that bad, then you can come back on your own. If you want to go on your own, you can come back on your own. Vishal.
Good smell.
Shout out Vishal. Y'all need to think outside of the box. Eam is a tontata. That's why the hat is so big. Also hope Saturn gets mollywopped by everyone still there. Same. I hope they all I hope it's gang activity. I hope they all jump on him, jump his ass. I hope they all get in a circle. I hope it's Dory, Brogy, Bonnie, Kuma, Luffy, everybody. They get in a circle and he's in the middle of the circle and they start kicking his ass, bro. And they start pushing him from like one end of the circle to the other end of the circle. And they take his cane and they kick his cane out from underneath him and he fucking falls on the floor. And they break his cane. Yeah, they break his cane. And then they give him both pieces back.
They set him on fire.
Bro, they just really, they humiliate him. I hope they humiliate him. But Im is a tontata, and I think Vishal was the one who had brought that up previously, and it's something that I've latched onto and that I really enjoy and that is true in my head. Im is a tontata, so even when you see them in their room right there in that panel, it's actually the voice of think like Leo, whatever. It's like they're like actually screaming, but they're tiny, and so it just sounds like a small like a woodland creature calling back the Gorosei. Yeah. Alberto Roa. Shout out to Alberto. Do you guys think the Gorosei were teleported back to Marijois because of the Haki or because they took too much damage? Also, I'm loving the Cowboy Bebop review. You've convinced me to finally watch it. Let's go. Cowboy Bebop has been lit.
Yeah.
Shout out to I forgot who it was, but someone recently on our Patreon said that they're like, I'm paraphrasing, but it was like I'm glad you guys finally got to meet Ed, but I really like that Jet conversation that you guys had, like that episode about Jet's past.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
Yeah. And I know that's something that even as you were recording it, you're like, I wonder how people are gonna receive this. But we've actually been having so much fun, and I've been really enjoying watching it and the conversations we've been having. I think it's been so much fun. So shout out Alberto for saying that. That's really, really cool, man. But that's kind of what we've been talking about in terms of how they got back. And Beans was the one who even got me to think of it differently, because I had assumed that it was the Haki and potentially even the damage, but it could be. Now I'm starting to think that it is Im calling them back.
Right.
Sorry, I dropped my phone. I had to pick it up. And so I'm kind of going with that. I'm going with that. Dazul Azizan.
Shitty.
Gorosei was hit by Haki. How did Im know about Joy Boy? Is that Joy Boy Wi-Fi Haki a la Shanks that shook Im, or Im has Haki like it now but larger? So again, even Dazul asking something similar, and I really think, and my opinion might change, but right now I like the idea that there's somehow the Gorosei are connected to Im. So when Im, because Im didn't even just feel the presence of Joy Boy, a distant presence. They were shook. They seemed shook to me. This is not a drill type shit. So I do like the idea that they're connected. And when the Gorosei got hit, that they felt that hit and immediately called them back. But it was the Haki that was so powerful that it reverted them back to their natural or their human form. And I think that that's a level of Haki that I don't know, will potentially be unlocked at a certain point, or that Luffy may, by the very, very, very end, like him and Blackbeard might be able to tap into at some point. But I'm talking this is the very, 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 very end. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Soham. Stronger Rider. I just caught up with the Bleach anime. What a great series. Wanted to get my hot take here. Fullbring arc is number 2 best arc and underrated.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would say it is the 1,000-Year Blood War Fullbringer.
Wow.
For me.
Heat. W take.
No, I don't want to be in Huacamundo. I don't want to be there. Yeah. Fullbringer is so fucking good. It's if I had to reread any arc, it would be that arc. Or I would just start Bleach from there. If I reread it.
That's blasphemy. You can't say that. I agreed with everything you said until you said that.
I'm just trying to get people mad. Yeah, I love that arc. It's very, very good.
Yeah. So we both fully agree that the Fullbringer arc is one of the best, and honestly, I might agree with you.
The most enjoyment that I had reading an arc in Bleach.
When it was one of those things kind of similar to Syrup Village when we first started reading One Piece, but we read Syrup Village and recorded our episode, and then started looking at what the general consensus for that arc was, and just saw people hated it or seemed to not hate it, but definitely not enjoy it as much as other arcs and rank it on the bottom of a lot of East Blue lists.
Yeah.
Right. And it was the same thing with the Fullbringer arc. We read it and we were like, this is fucking peak Bleach.
Yeah, people are like, yeah, this, it feels like a filler arc. It's like filler. It's like filler.
It's peak.
It's literally so good.
It is.
I enjoy the villain in that arc. It's again, it's 1 and 2. It's fucking what's his name at the top.
Oh yeah. The substitute Shinigami? Or are you talking about in that arc?
I'm talking about not in 1,000 Year Blood War arc.
Oh, Yuha Bach?
Yuha Bach is number 1.
Uh-huh.
Number 2
is that guy. Yeah, I forget his name too.
Number 3 is every Arankar. I just name every villain except for Aizen. Aizen's at the fucking bottom.
That's wild. But I respect your opinion, Megan.
I would even put fucking Great Fisher, Fisher above fucking Aizen.
That's fucking crazy.
I don't give a fuck. I am so sorry. I do not care.
Oh my god.
I love how people try to change my mind and try to tell me why I'm wrong about not liking Aizen, and you're never gonna change my mind unless he pulls out some fucking crazy shit in 1,000 Year Blood War arc, which I'm sure he will, because Bleach can't be anything without Aizen. Apparently, he has to be in it still. And this isn't a Bleach stream. We're getting back to Bleach October though, so stay tuned for that because I'm fucking excited for that shit.
Watching anime and watching TV in general feels to me like kind of a waste of time.
But yeah,
I love the tangent.
I just can't. I just really can't. He pisses me off.
That's fine.
He pisses me the fuck off.
That's fine.
I can't. And I can't handle the dick riding. I can't handle the dick riding.
That's the
fucking
thing, Megan. That's the
I cannot handle the squat dick riding that happens with Aizen.
Your response to
2 feet on the floor, lift it up,
in the garden,
fucking squatting
in the garden. Your reaction to people's love for Aizen, I feel like if someone's trying to come at you for your opinion and they're shitting on you for your opinion, that is warranted. That energy is warranted, right? But if no one's coming for you, and you're going for everybody that loves Aizen, even if they're not coming for you. No,
I didn't say that.
You should be going for the people that
I didn't say that. If you like Aizen, go for it.
Right.
I'm not saying that your opinion is wrong. I'm just saying let me have mine. Let me have mine, though.
Facts. That's facts.
Let me have mine, though.
That's more?
Let me have mine, DOE.
That's facts.
And that's it. That's it. Okay? There's more to Bleach than fucking Aizen. I'm sorry. Just there's more to JoJo than fucking Dio.
Oh my god.
And that's all I'll say. I'm done.
Moving on. Thank you, Soham. I loved that tangent. And I support you, Megan. I just want you to know that. Mr. Fan 09.
It's your kitchen.
Shout out Mr. Fan member for 24 months. Let's fucking go. That's
crazy.
It's a long ass time. Just realized 2 years as a member and it's been worth it. Thanks for the content and effort you put into this channel. Keep it up. Thank you, Mr. Fan.
You don't know how much that means to us. We appreciate
you. You really don't. It means a lot. It means a lot. And we're constantly, striving to be better and hopefully we can continue to be better and better and better. And we're constantly having conversations and working towards things. So even though it might feel like on the channel sometimes things maybe might feel stagnant or feel like they're going a certain way, behind the scenes, we are having conversations and we are working towards making big moves that hopefully and
I know we say that all the time.
We do, but
genuinely this time it's true.
No, and every time it is true.
Every time it is true. We do change a lot.
Sometimes things don't pan out the way we wanted them to pan out or thought they would pan out.
But it has to change. But it has to change. And that's the difference between
all those other times.
This time it has to change. But thank you, Mr. Fan. It means a lot. You're a fucking real one. You're a fucking goat. You're a fucking G. You're a fucking king. Queen
shit, queen shit, fucking king shit, royalty shit.
No, literally like my liege type shit. Oh no, my liege.
Yeah.
Is that
Your Grace?
Your Grace, my liege. All of the above.
Tiberius.
Good smell.
With a super chat as well. Eam sounds like Josh when he fake cries.
Ooh.
And that is to be determined. I'll be the judge of that.
I'll be the judge that want to hear it in the fucking anime.
Yeah, we need to do a side-by-side comparison.
It's crazy because I think they took a sound clip of you doing that and they didn't edit it. It just sounds like raw footage and it's just going to be placed in the anime.
Yeah.
And it's going to sound so different, so off because it doesn't match anything else in the episode. And it's going to be so low quality. No. So low quality, like cutting in and out because it was probably like recorded on a fucking MP3 player.
Maybe tape recorder.
Probably tape recorder.
Yeah.
And it's on vinyl.
Yeah.
It's actually not. It's on vinyl. So it's going to have that vinyl sound because
Crackle.
you recorded it through one of those old timey like record player amplifiers.
Yeah.
And it's going to sound, it's have that old timey sound. And it's going to be you. And like even like maybe some like music, like hijinks music in the back, you know, like the ones that they put on the silent films. It'd be like, dun, 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 and then it's going to be you like crying. And it's like, wah, and
The
it's
stock
gonna be...
baby, all that for the stock baby sound.
No, I know how Eve's scream sounds now.
It sounds like that.
It sounds like the Wilhelm scream.
Wilhelm scream.
Wilhelm scream.
That's funny.
That's how it's gonna
do your
sound.
impression of it.
I don't know how it sounds like.
It's actually really hard to do an impression.
Wait, how do you? Oh, how does it sound?
We'll play it for you. And we'll.
I can look it up literally in 2 seconds. Just give me like. 1 second.
You already did 2 seconds. That was 2 seconds.
No, I know how.
It's you in the background.
Here. Ah!
Not bad.
Thank you.
Not bad. Wow.
Okay, that's it. That was a vivid description. I can see it.
Zigzag, member for 18 months.
Zigzag.
Shout out Zigzag, dude. Thank you for your support. Your Bebop thoughts are excellent, picking up a lot of themes of the show. Bebop is the show that made me realize I loved anime. Goated reaction.
Thank you, Zigzag.
God damn it. Thank you, man. It means so much because there was also a lot of pressure, obviously, when we decided to cover Bebop because it is a classic and it has been around for a long time. And
it's like how many things haven't been said about this series.
That is true too. And also it's like we don't watch the episode and then like go away and then like, you know, compile our thoughts and then come back.
No.
Like we do it all at once. So
right.
You know, there's because I do think that there is something to the immediacy of like talking about something like right after you experience it. And so, yeah, but that can come with a lot of like anxiety about like, are we going to say everything that we want to say? Like, are we going to be able to articulate everything that we want to articulate? And yeah, it was a lot of pressure, but thank you for your kind words. We're loving it. And we're having such a great time.
Loving it.
Yeah.
Love. Is Zigzag a rolling paper?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Or yeah.
Was.
And is. Yeah.
That's cool.
Dr. Umar's burner. Shout out Dr. Umar. Joy Boy's Uber X Haki really had Eam in shambles.
Uber X?
Bro, really though.
That's so funny.
Uber X, I feel like maybe that was too fast to be Uber X.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Because Uber X, the Haki would have been driving around in circles, spinning in circles, going from island to island, going to the wrong island.
I just imagine cars like Roger Rabbit. Like
yes,
the ride. It's just spinning.
Yeah. Yeah. If that was Uber X, because Uber X fell off.
Really?
Well,
do you like Lyft or Uber?
I don't really use either, but I had a bad experience with Uber very recently.
I've been a Lyft girly.
Oh, really?
I'm more of a Lyft girly.
You're so different, huh?
That's fucking crazy. No, it's just better. I've had better treatment.
Really?
In Lyft versus Uber.
Okay. That's valid. Then we'll call it Joy Boy's Lyft Haki. Really had Emu in shambles. We'll edit it.
You don't have to edit it.
We'll edit Dr. Umar's super chat. Shout out Dr. Umar. And shout out Chris.
Chris!
Smell. Flavor.
Josh, you're looking great. Love you, man. Keep it up. Oh, Chris. God damn it. Holy shit.
I wish we had like
That's
that like stock sexy music.
Oh, damn. Chris, this is for you.
What can I say? He's an awesome guy. Too long. Oh my gosh.
That is too kind. It's hot as fuck in here, and you just made it a little bit hotter. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Caden, shout out Caden.
That's more.
Heart, you guys. Also, recent Dan Today was crazy. Talked about it briefly.
Oh!
You were out on that community live, but the break,
Yes.
the hiatus.
Oh.
Someone told us that now would be a couple people actually told us that now would be the perfect time to jump back in.
Yes.
Because there's a month-long hiatus coming up, and that it also wrapped things up in a pretty crazy way.
Yeah, we gotta catch up before the anime as well.
Yep, anime's coming soon too.
Anime's coming very soon. I think we can watch it in theaters, the first episode or first 2 episodes.
I do remember, yeah,
in September.
Can. Fuck. Oh fuck, dude, September's gonna be so lit, bro. I can't wait for September.
September morning.
It's just kind of like we got to get through August to get to September. You know what I'm saying? Even though
Right.
August we're getting some the One Piece anime news, so that's exciting. That's
true. That's true.
There's some cool
a
shit in
lot of good
August.
fucking shows coming out in
there's some cool
August,
shit in
actually.
August, My
Umbrella
bad.
Academy's coming back.
Season 4.
From is coming back.
From is coming out in
Silo's
September.
coming back.
No, that's November.
Oh.
That's November. Anyway, the last super chat that we have to catch up on, and thank you guys for your patience, and thank you guys for the super chats, the donations. Thank you for your support. It means the world. You guys are the fucking literal fucking best.
Oh,
Good
Roland,
Flavor.
not to go too off tangent, but Roland V Dub says, you still taking donations for the Bebop fits? Yes.
Oh yeah, here.
That should be, Josh will actually send the link, but
I'll post it.
it's actually on our Volume 1 Plus community tab as well. If you don't know, if you don't follow that channel, we're currently going through Cowboy Bebop right now, reacting to it. We like to cosplay at the end of our finales for that video specifically. So we are asking, we're asking for your support once again, to fund those cosplays.
These are a little cheaper than the ones we've gotten before.
Yeah. So, Josh, did you send the link?
I did.
Yes. Okay. But it's also on the community tab in Volume 1 Plus. If you go there and you don't want to remember this link right now, you can go over there. I just wanted to answer that question.
Luis is the last member comment on Super Chat that we have to catch up on. Luis.
It's your kitchen.
More Joy Boy greatness. Please, Oda and Crocodile telling Buggy to sit down should fuel some crazy Cross Guild art. Also, where'd you get your shirt, Josh? Oh, thank you, dude.
Oh my God.
This shirt, actually, Megan, it was a birthday gift,
Yes.
I think, from Megan.
Angel
and it is
type.
Angel type. And I don't know for certain. It is heat. It is an awesome shirt.
Let me
It's one of my
try to
favorite
find it.
I don't know for certain, but Angel Type was one of my favorite brands, and still is one of my favorite clothing brands. They're a small brand, but I don't know the whole story, and I don't want to speak for them. I think they did shift a little bit away from anime stuff,
Right.
because of maybe it was like copyright, or maybe it was like licensing,
Or maybe it was just a decision to move further away and do
like kind of like their
more
own
of like
thing.
their own thing. So I really don't think you can get this shirt anymore.
I don't think so. Either.
But
They actually,
yeah.
I have a Gurren shirt that I really like.
I'll send the link
made.
though too, to their Instagram here.
Yeah. Okay. While Megan does that, let me cue everything else up. And let's just go through beat by beat.
Yay!
We're going to be, super quick about it because we've talked a lot about it already.
Yes, which was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Just getting it all up in the front.
Yeah.
Getting it all up in the front. In everyone's
and
faces.
usually that's not nice. Usually getting it all up in the front isn't
Speak for yourself.
a good thing. Okay, I will. Yeah, I'm sorry. Fuck.
We're thinking about two different things.
This is the cover that we were joking about earlier with Deku getting literally shoved to the back. Like he's literally tripping. He's falling over backwards because Luffy's like, nah, son, get the fuck out of here. But what's also like very wholesome about
Oh.
Oh, shit.
We're back.
We're back. What's also very wholesome about this whole thing is that the cover for this chapter is a redrawing of fan art that the mangaka for My Hero Academia submitted long ago.
22 years ago.
22 years ago.
Which is such, long time.
And
long time before My Hero was even a thing, which is crazy. And it's just the influence of One Piece in general. Obviously, we know the influence Oda and One Piece has had on literally so many different mangakas. But this is so cool, and it's such a nice tip of the hat to the end of My Hero. Yeah.
This is the original art that they submitted, and oh, sorry, is it okay? Yeah, okay, it's showing up. This is the original art that they submitted, and it's just like you said, everything ditto to everything you said. Like, can you imagine, man? Can you imagine not only being such a huge fan of One Piece and submitting artwork, but then like your series that you created running
in the same magazine, at the same time,
at the same fucking time,
and the mangaka giving like you a shout out. I mean, like it's not like a thing where he's like so above everyone.
No, but like how often does that happen?
But
like,
yeah, it would be like you. I don't know what I would.
It's almost like if you start a band and like I don't know your favorite band, like you get to go on tour with your favorite band, or you get to like finally act in a movie with an actor that kind of.
Yeah, that's like me going into a movie with like Nick Cage. I'd be like.
For me, that'd be like going into something with like Jim Carrey or something.
Okay, Jim.
Yeah, like because I remember being a kid and The Mask and Ace Ventura and all that stuff, Dumb and Dumber, like shaped me.
Yeah. Or like being in a series with Laura Bailey or something like that.
Oh, that would be crazy.
I would be
too. That would be crazy too.
Like crazy.
But that's just really wholesome. That's just really sweet.
Wholesome and sweet. That's how we eat.
But let me switch back over here. And sorry, I have too many windows open. Obviously, we're not going to be showing every single page, every single panel, because that's how we get in trouble. So it opens up Vegapunk's message, everybody reacting to it, Pirate saying, like, let's all go get the fucking One Piece. This is Whitebeard 2.0. It was Roger, it was Whitebeard, now it's Vegapunk. Everybody's going after this shit. The One Piece is real. And that's where we get that moment from Kobe. What was the exact way he said it? He said, I have to stop you from achieving your dream. Like, damn, bro, chill the fuck out, Kobe. Holy shit. That's also where we get that Buggy moment and Croc telling him to sit.
Just sit.
Bro, I mean.
And he's pointing down to you know what. Like, that's what's also crazy.
Fuck.
Like, people think, like, there's a chair right there, but he is the chair.
No, he is the chair.
Right.
And that's why the fan art's going to go fucking crazy, bro.
Right. Just sit.
Because, we all know what he's talking about, what he actually means.
Exactly.
We also see Katarina and Caribou.
Which was, like, another up. Like, we should just kill him now.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, finally. And then he was like, nah, like, bring him to me. I want to hear his info, and then I'm going to fucking kill him myself.
Which, smart of Blackbeard, because he doesn't know this at this moment in time, but he does have some pretty fucking crazy information.
Juicy fucking tidbits. The juiciest tidbits.
Yeah.
Of all time.
Then we see, Emeth getting rocked. Knocked around, and the actual transponder snail exploding. So the message is officially over.
Dr. Umar's birder said, Kobe, just like me after I solo a blunt, feeling like Superman and just saying anything.
Bro, just saying shit. Like, really, dude, he really is just saying shit, bro. Like
Louise Sakura, I don't know, not Louise. Who said it? Fuck, who said it? Oh, yeah, Louise said Kobe off the meds.
Bro, I mean, they gave him too much fucking morphine or whatever the fuck. Like, he is tripping on that painkiller in the hospital.
Got his wisdom teeth taken out.
No, really. He's like those kids in those videos, and someone's holding up a phone to him after they get their wisdom teeth.
Someone cut out my tongue.
They're just saying shit.
I hate you. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah,
You're
Hibari
okay.
and Helmeppo are like, what the fuck are you even saying right now?
Yeah, he's coming out of it. He's coming out of it. I think they're not gonna hold him to that. Like, they heard it, but they're like, you said a lot of crazy shit the past fucking hours. You've been coming off these meds.
Yeah,
Kobe.
Yeah.
So just relax.
But when he
chill.
commits to it, they're gonna start questioning things.
Right.
Because they're gonna be like, oh, I thought that was the gas. And he's like, no, I fucking meant that.
You're
shit.
like, no, I want the fucking gas. I am
no,
the
I
gas.
want the smell.
You're like, oh, okay. Off a perk 30. It's funny. That's really funny.
The transponder snail within Emmeth explodes. The message is officially over. The Gorosei are coming after the Straw Hats on the Sunny.
Do something, Zoro. Fucking do something, Zoro. Everyone's tripping though. Everyone's fucking
crazy,
tripping,
bro.
Everyone's tripping.
They word it by actually saying do something. Now you know the stands were eating, like the Sanji stands.
That's why I said it in the beginning.
Yeah, they were eating.
It was just funny because I already know there's gonna be like, well, Sanji. No one's asking Sanji to do shit because he is doing shit.
I mean, yeah.
And Zoro.
Luckily, I haven't seen too many of those takes. So
no,
it's been a good day.
It's been a good day for me.
We get the reiteration of the apology, but the first time, obviously, we didn't hear the entirety of it. This time we do, but not at this moment in the chapter. But we do get a little bit of back and forth between Emmeth and Luffy. And he's kind of saying, like, I'm sorry, I thought you were him. You just kind of looked exactly like him. And it made me nostalgic. My feelings from that day came rushing back. I hope Joy Boy forgives me. I failed to make him king. And again, to me, like,
king,
you know, this just signifies that they were some sort of crew, that they were some sort of team, that they were some sort of, I mean, obviously, like, they had some sort of friendship, I guess. But king of the what? Like, just king? Like, king of the world? King of the, not pirates, I don't think, because that's relatively not new, but, like, I don't think it was that. So just, like, king in general? Interesting. And it's really nice that they're getting this, like, back and forth, that they're getting to have this conversation between the two of them. And then this is the panel that I talked about being like, I'm not exaggerating, bro. This is literally the coolest shit to me. Like, let me pull it up over here. Like, this shit is fucking crazy. Can I even open this up in a new tab? I think maybe I can. Maybe I can. It's too big.
It's too big. It's too long.
But anyway, it's this panel here where, you know, you see that the cliff, the water's edge, the ship, but you see all the Gorosei. They're kind of like looming over. It just puts everything into perspective, the size, the scale of everything. You have the ship, the Sunny, flying through the air as these like huge titanic fucking beasts, like are one huge worm mouth agape behind it, like the fucking other horse Gorosei coming in, Emmeth like holding the line, like it just something. There have been so many epic spreads and crazy panels throughout Ega, but it was something about the framing and the composition of this one specifically that like had my jaw on the fucking floor, dude.
It's insane.
This shit was like epic. And I love it so much. Moving on, though, this is where we see the untying of the rope, which we've talked a lot about, and we'll talk more about. But I don't want to spend too much time here retreading the same things that we've already talked about. But we will, because I do want to ask you guys more about it in a bit. But we see the untying of the rope and just this like intense release of like incredibly powerful Conqueror's Haki, like Conqueror's Haki on another fucking level, like, which is funny because I remember when we were writing theories in the Book of Elves, like I had talked about the Gorosei, And bro, believe me, I am not trying to give myself any credit for fucking anything, dude. That's the literal last thing I'm trying to do because I was nowhere near close to what actually is happening here. But I did think that we were going to find out about another kind of Haki. And that is in the Book of Elves. Like, and I don't think this is necessarily like another kind. Maybe it's just like super advanced conquerors. Like this is like what the top of that is, like the best of that is, like, and no one's reached that. But I did in the Book of Elves write down that we were going to learn about a new kind of Haki, and it was going to be wielded by the Gorosei. They were going to be the ones that we were going to see first use it, but that other people would be using it later on. Anyway, crazy how strong it is, causing even the Gorosei to revert back to their human form. Crazy shit, bro. Crazy fucking shit.
Woo!
Moving on a little bit further. Yeah, that's where we see everyone reacting to it, and the Gorosei get called back to the room. And this was so funny. I saw a lot of people talking about this, and it is one of the funniest things that I've seen in a long time. And it was just that's Mars, right? Yeah, Mars. Just fucking waiting there. Like he has been there. He got sent back a while ago, and it's something about this look on his face. He's done. He's like,
bitch, please.
This shit was almost
bitch,
an up for me, bro.
please.
Because I don't even know how you would describe this. Like, how would you describe this? Like, your friends are they're all barely coming back, and it's just it's a vibe, it's an energy, and I was struggling to compare it to something relatable in real life. But it just, like, I instantly connected with it, and I laughed out loud. Like, this shit was so, like, legs crossed to, I don't know.
Legs, yeah, he's just like, bitch, please.
So funny. And then that's when we see Eam having a fucking heart attack. Which, again, I do think is still fear, but also exhaustion, maybe, from having to call them back so quickly. Moving on, and we're going through it. This chapter felt like a really good length too. I think it was the previous chapter felt a little short, but this was a great length. Everybody's kind of freaking out about what just happened. A robot with Haki. Luffy saying, "Glad you guys made it." Everybody seems like they're finally reunited. And here's Saturn, fucking, and like, why, That's what made me say, like, kick that fool's cane, because they just put so much emphasis on him standing there with his cane, like he's gonna fucking do something. And I just don't like the cockiness. I don't like
the Haki cockiness of it all.
I don't like the Haki cockiness of it all. But that's where we go into the flashback, and this got me, bro. I did not expect this at all. My expectations for this chapter was, I thought it was going to be good, of course, but I didn't think we were going to get a Joy Boy flashback. Like, what the fuck? The time is at hand. I'm going to gather my most powerful Haki and seal it inside of you. You're bound to live much longer than me. I'm not going to always be around to help. And just their whole back and forth. If you look here too, this is where you can see on Emmeth's arm the X, right? So this is, of course, calling back to that moment in Alabasta, but also I thought it was funny because people are like, "Oh, Emmeth is the Frankie of Joy Boy's crew," but other people were like, "Or is he the Chopper of Joy Boy's crew because Chopper has the X on his hat?" Whatever, just funny. But also calling back to that, really cool detail, really cool touch. At some point, you're going to be in mortal danger, or someone you want to save will be. When that happens, untie the knot. So when the time is at hand, you'll still be there to help. That's right. Whenever it happens, I'll be saving you from here in the past, just like always. That makes me so happy. Now it doesn't matter if you're dead. It will be like you are still with me. I hope I don't get lonely. See, this whole exchange is fucking heartbreaking, but also, like, I don't know, man.
Well, it's just crazy how he's like, yeah, that's not going to happen for such a long time, like ages and ages. And then he was like, he. like ages and ages. Like it's already here.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn. Again, I also just like want to say that I'm curious to know what you guys think, but I don't know how much we can really glean from. I mean, obviously, Joy Boy is humanoid, and the reason I say that is because I've seen a lot of people call him a buccaneer and instead of a giant based on the size. But like, I do think that every buccaneer we've seen has had like different proportions. Like they're very top heavy.
Yeah, a lot of weight.
Yeah. Like Kuma, even Whitebeard, if that's confirmed, like they're just so much
hefty,
bigger from the waist up, and probably maybe from the waist down too. I don't know. Shit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I still think he could be a giant. I don't think that's a peg leg. I think that's perspective, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong because now the more I'm looking at it, it does look like a peg leg actually. But what do you guys think? And what do you think?
Make a poll.
Well, what do you think, Megan? Tell me what you think.
I mean, I think it might just be perspective. Is it known for Joy Boy to be missing?
Well, the reason I say that is because Oda has gone on record talking about how he can't wait to draw this pirate with an eye patch, and a lot of people, you know, have speculated that that's Joy Boy and that he's going to have like a very traditionally a pirate sort of like aesthetic to him. And pirates are known for eye patches and peg legs. I think that those are the two things they're most synonymous with stereotypically when you think about pirates. You know what I mean? So he'll probably have an eye patch and he might have a peg leg, but either way, we're in for some heavy shit when we get to the Joy Boy backstory, but I don't think that's news to anybody. I think we all kind of expected that. It's just sad. That's right. Whenever that happens, I'll be saving you here from the past, just like always, bruh. This is a like fucking break week chapter. Honestly, like that's why I was so shook by it. But anyway,
Emmett was so cute back in the day. Modern Emmett looks hungover.
He does. He looks fucked up, bro. He's lived. He's seen shit. But he does. Like he looks jovial. He looks full of joy.
You know, those little like like music notes.
Yeah, man. He does. He looks lighter.
Because Joy Boy is fucking alive,
and the world was probably, you know, a better place. And maybe it was kind of, you know, not exactly like a Game of Thrones, because Game of Thrones, you know, that world, there's always some shit. There's always some shit going down. But maybe there was like a period of like a very long period of peace, like a very long period of like happiness, joy. And that is kind of all MF knew, because Joy Boy was there to like maintain that. And they saw fucking darkness. They saw like the fucking darkest of the dark.
The darkness.
Joy Boy, this is from Dr. Umar. Joy Boy got the same crackhead crash out energy that Luffy has. Would not be surprised that all of you lost a leg and arm as the first pirate in the world. I mean, hell yeah. Shit. I wouldn't be surprised either. I would be surprised that he only lost one leg and one eye. The eye patch pirate is when we are close to One Piece ending. But that's what I mean. I mean, it could be Joy Boy and we just don't get to see, or it could be a different character that we don't get to be introduced to at all until the end of the series. Gorduke said, watch Oda draw Kid with an eye patch. Can you imagine?
Ooh,
Kid comes back with an eye patch. That'd be so funny.
He might. Shit, he might.
Zigzag saying too skinny for a Buccaneer, right? And I agree. I've seen a lot of people say Buccaneer. And the only reason I think that people are saying that is because obviously they've been very predominantly featured a big part of this arc and the size comparison. But like, bro, I don't see that. Yeah. This is also interesting too. We never got Devil Fruit / a devil reveal, but that Haki might have disrupted the use of their devil power and undid Saturn's summoning. That's true. We never got the title, like the cards or anything giving us any information about like what was giving them their ability or what their abilities were like based on or like what their power was. Mars was the first loser of Egghead. Josh Loki trying to get credit for that Haki shit. No, but I am going to pull out the Book of Elves and I'm going to reread. People said it's just perspective, but it's pretty close on that poll. I am going to reread what I wrote because I got to get, you don't understand. You guys do not understand. I have to get anything I can. Any scraps.
Any win.
Give me scraps. Give me crumbs. Give me anything. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I wrote down note-wise. Do you guys also, I mean, do we think that there's anybody even close to using that level of Haki currently at all? Like, not even necessarily like on the same level, but close to that level. Because that shit, it seems like something we have never seen before. But I think that's it. I think now we have to get into our next segment. Heavy is the head that wears the L.
Why'd you say it like that? L.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Tony. Oh, wait, I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
Sometimes he sits right underneath me.
Oh my god.
And I forget because he's there.
Tony.
That was bad. I like moved so fast. I'm sorry. I feel awful right now. Where did I kick you at?
He's okay.
Okay.
Come here.
He's okay right there. I just forgot he was right there. Oh my god.
You
Luckily I'm
hi?
not wearing shoes. I'm wearing socks, and it's not like I had a heavy ass fucking shoe hit him.
Oh, it almost stabbed me in the face. Come here,
Anyway.
He's just staring at me. He doesn't want to come up.
I already have some things that I want to write down. But let's see if I can find it real quick. Atlas will... Bro, when we do... And also, I want to ask you guys too, do we feel like this is it? Because like this could very, very well... I mean, I think that we're going to have to get to... Or we might not. I feel like Oda's done that in the past. We don't get to see what happens between Emeth and Saturn. Until much later, but like... This is it. This is the end. Everybody, the Gorsei have been sent back. The Straw Hats have been reunited. They're all in the same spot. They're all on the sea, and they're all with the Giants, and they're all ready to go to Elbaf. Like, this is pretty much it. This has to be it. So I say that because we have decided that we're going to wait until the arc completes before we go through and stamp things that we got right or things that we got wrong. But I'm looking at a couple of them, and I'm really excited to do that because I just see here it says Atlas will die before the end of Egghead, and I wrote that a while ago. So that's pretty crazy. Even though I feel like that was one of the more obvious things that was going to happen. Okay, but I do have some things I want to write down. I can't find the Haki thing. Gotta wait for that video. Do you have any theories that you'd like to write down today?
I don't think so.
No?
Yeah.
All right, I have two.
I don't think I have any.
I have two. I'm just writing them down. I'll read them each as I write them down. So the first one, and I'm really curious. I have the chat open so that I can see where everybody else is with this. I'm going to also end this poll here. And let's see what the results the results are. Why are they taking forever to come in? Okay. What is happening?
Do you want me to do it? I think I have to do it.
Okay, no, there we go.
Oh.
So what he got going on is just perspective, peg leg, mechanical arm. Okay, I see. Okay. It's just perspective is what won 65-34, 43 votes. Cool. Okay, so the first one, I want to know what you guys think about it. Luffy's straw hat contains Haki in the same way that rope did. Now, that could be just, absurd. The craziest leap that you could possibly make after this chapter. But, Book of Elves, yada, yada, yada. Swing for the fences. I cannot shake that there's some sort of connection and significance to all of it. Like, again, the idea that Eam could have and would hold on to Joy Boy's straw hat, like, or whatever, like just that straw hat period, not just because it's a trophy, but because it does contain, it is like a weapon, essentially. It does contain extremely powerful Haki. That's interesting to me. That's cool to me. I kind of like that.
I like that too.
And maybe we'll never see people like Luffy and Blackbeard, like, maybe we'll never see them get to that level with Haki for some reason, and maybe it'll be unleashed. But that, like, how would that feel? What would that look like? I don't know. But I'm calling it now. Luffy's straw hat contains Haki.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Zigzag said, worthy for the Book of Elves, straw hats are made of knots. And I think
it's got to be a knot.
I think it's woven. It's woven in there. Okay. And, I'm probably wrong, but what a fucking crazy world we would live in if I was right. And this is something that I'm just going to write down because I like it. Even Red Dragon saying the straw hat has been destroyed in multiple times during some arcs and movies. Didn't see no Haki come out. I think there's some sort of explanation for that. I can't tell you what it is, but I think that it has to be like it can't, like, it's not the same thing. And this is goofy. I understand this might make no sense, but I don't feel like it's the same thing as putting Haki in a jar and then dropping the jar and the Haki coming out, breaking it and the Haki coming out. I don't know how else to describe it, but I do feel like there has been some sort of power, Haki, more specifically, woven into the straw hat itself, and it could be drawn out. It could be like pulled out of the threads or unleashed from the threads or the straws, but it doesn't need to. It's not like breaking it is breaking it like glass or whatever. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm sticking to it. And the other thing, and I just think this is fun. I don't even know like how passionate I am, or like how much I would be willing to even defend this, but I just like this idea. The straw hat that we saw Eam looking at is not Joy Boy's hat. I don't know whose it is, but I'm going to say it's not Joy Boy's. The straw hat that Eam has is not Joy Boy's. But again, would it be cheesy, like, at the Josh loves jars? Would it be cheesy if that were to happen? Like, if it was a power to be drawn from, and like Luffy's getting his ass kicked or something, and he goes Gear 5, and somehow, Blackbeard, it's like him and Blackbeard, and then he like draws Joy Boy's a Haki from the hat. Would it come across us? Would it not hit? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know, dude.
Mr. Rubik's, okay, no, this makes a lot of sense. Even the rope works specifically by untying it, implying a specific action can be required to release Haki from an object different than just normally imbuing Haki into it. Thank you, Mr. Rubik's. Thank you, dude. And again, just the tragedy of Ace, right? And everything that happened with Ace and like his destiny and his fate and who I believe, and I think a lot of people believe Roger thought even Ace to be. And that moment between, I'm telling you, I want to pull up that fucking panel. It was all over Twitter. People were like comparing those two moments, but like the significance of like the hat and that.
The hat and that.
It's too good, man. It's too good. Let's see. It literally was everywhere on Twitter, so I have to scroll for just a minute and I'll find it. Well, here's the it's more so in the anime, I think, because here it is in the manga. But I'll show the manga panel for now, and then we'll find the anime because it doesn't look as similar in the manga. But this is when he's making that hat. Ace is making that hat. But where is it in the anime? I saw it earlier. I'll find it. You can't think of anything you'd like to write down. No pressure, Megan. No pressure.
I just don't really have one besides like it ending soon, but I've written that too many times.
Okay, here it is in the anime. Bruh. This is literally the same fucking shit. Look at little Ace right here. Come on, dude. Come on.
Yeah, but you didn't put on the hat.
No, I know, but like this shit looks the same.
He's bigger.
This one right here.
Yeah, but he's not. The significance would be the hat.
I know.
Like, there's no hat involved.
But it's the knot, right? It's the knot. And that's why that's where I'm drawing the connection, because it's like these two moments side by side look almost identical, and it's where we're learning about the knot for the first time. Also, Ace in this moment talking about the hat, the significance of weaving hats,
right?
The straw hat and the knot combined. Case closed. Thank you. A court is adjourned.
Okay. There are parallels.
Anyway, I just think there's something there. So the two things I wrote down are Luffy's straw hat contains Haki, and the straw hat that Eam has is not Joy Boys. And thus concludes the segment, Heavy is the Head, that wears the L. Now we're just going to kind of hang out for a couple more minutes, a little while longer. Just going to hang out and shoot the shit, talk about the chapter. And yeah, what time is it? It's 1:30. Okay. Making good time. Good time. Let me see. Red Dragon. Isn't the hat originally Roger's that was passed down to Shanks, then Luffy? Yes. Where did Roger get it, though?
Right.
Where did Roger get it? And maybe Roger also, well, I don't want to say that. I don't know if I believe that. But, yes. Speaking of hat, that's Cap. Speaking of hats, that's Cap. Did Joy Boy have 800-year future sight? Can you imagine, bro? See, but that, like, I know that that's like funny, but can you imagine if that's how crazy powerful this fool was?
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, I have like 800-year future sight. Crazy.
Insane.
But I think you just know, right? If you've been around long enough, especially Joy Boy, he probably knows, He knows that some shit's going to go down at some point, especially if a robot can live for that long. He's like, it's only a matter of time before this motherfucker comes across some evil, dark shit, That's why I want to be a vampire. So I could, get to experience that too. So I could live for long periods of time and experience the cycles of humanity, I guess I should say. Yeah. I would love it, honestly. I would love it. If anybody's a vampire out there and is willing to, give me the dark gift,
let me know.
Let me know. Hit me up. Slide into the DMs and let me know. Nami been adding conquerors every time she fixes Luffy's treasure. It's so funny because I've seen people on Twitter, like, people get so mad because it's some people are just having a good time and just joking around, but also some people I think are taking it maybe are being serious when they say like, oh, this is how Nami's going to use like Conqueror's Haki, or like Nami Nami has had Conqueror's Haki this whole time, like this moment where Jinbei was like commenting on it wasn't a gag, like blah blah blah. And there's just people responding like, oh yeah, that makes total sense because Nami's literally done that never. Like, and they just get so heated at this like idea, whether it's just someone being silly or being serious. They just get so passionate about like being against it. And I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's the older sibling in me, but I just find that so funny. I find it so funny when people get so mad about those kind of things.
Yeah.
Where are my older siblings at who get that? Because I used to think it was very funny to like rile my brother up when I was younger, like just to get him like really, both of them actually, just to get them like really upset. So when I
never did that, so I don't know that experience.
One Piece is on fire this year. Much love from the East Blue Nation. Woo! Oh, shout out East Blue Nation. You know what's funny?
Funny?
I have watched East Blue Nation videos before. They cover, and I have their channel open right now. They cover live action stuff, and I'm a fan. Shout out East Blue Nation.
Shout out.
Let's go. Volume 1 is just Vampire Josh with multiple hosts over the years.
Yeah. I'll just do it till I'm really old and die, and Josh will look the same.
I never age. Nami having Conqueror's Haki be cool makes sense why she can hurt Luffy. There we go. I think Eam felt Joy Boy's Haki, and Joy Boy's Haki sent the Gorsei back because they were teleported there by Saturn. But I have no idea why Saturn didn't get teleported back. And Jonathan R. saying too, like, what do you think is going to happen now that it's only Saturn left? Are all the other Vice Admirals down? Is Kizaru out too? How is this Buster Call ending that it was completely thwarted? So I think obviously the majority of people, and this is Haki that is incredibly strong, so the majority of Marines are obviously out, right? Foaming at the fucking mouth and shit, eyes roll back in their head. But there are still some people who would have to be standing, I would imagine. But it is also interesting, and I would, for people that are here, I would like to know, maybe you can help me out, Megan, and make a poll. How were the Gorisei, or how were the elders sent back? Right? Saturn, Eam, Joy Boy, rope Haki, not Haki. Because I'm curious. The poll should be live now. Thank you, Megan. I think thematically it works for Joy Boy or for Saturn to be the one left behind. Like if he teleported everybody back and not himself, I don't know. But I do think thematically it's cool, right? Because he's the one who started this shit. He's tied to Kuma. He's tied to Bonnie. He's the source of a lot of their pain throughout literally Kuma's entire life and Bonnie's entire life. So it is cool that he's the only one left behind because I feel like he's going to get taken out. Now I believe that it's not all the Gorosei obviously getting taken out. It's just him.
Right.
But he has to get fucking got for sure. But why? But why? How did it happen? I think that's what I'm most interested in because right now, what's winning? And get your votes in. Like, how do you think they got sent back? Because Joy Boy not Haki is winning 85% by a majority, and that is kind of how I interpreted it when I first read it. But because Saturn was the one who like called upon them, it seemed, right, upon their arrival, I guess. But Eam could have the ability to like do the same thing. Could you interpret them in the garden calling them back? I don't know. Because if the not Haki sent them back, that's even crazier. And maybe if that's the case, maybe they got sent back because they were the only ones who got summoned. Saturn was the only one who physically traveled there.
Right.
And so when the Haki, I guess that could make a lot of sense too. And I do like that. So when the Haki counteracted the Devil Fruit abilities, it sent them the one summoned back, and the only physical person there like stayed there, but was reverted back to their human form. That makes sense too. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. I don't fucking know. I could be either of those two things. I think. What? Megan's losing her mind.
Everyone's saying Joy Boy not Haki. It's winning by 83%.
By a lot. Leslie say, okay, let me read Red Dragon. Saturn only reason came to Egghead was to take out Vegapunk and take the technology for the world government. The other elders came when Vegapunk's message started playing. Leslie said, yeah, that's what Tekken was saying. Lee said they were never actually there. They were just projections. The Haki cut them off. Eam was probably too shook to even react. It disrupted the connection. Y'all are forgetting that Mars was already sent back from Luffy's previous attack, meaning it was 100% the Haki / being defeated that sent them back. Okay, let's unpack that. So Mars was already sent back, meaning that it was 100% the Haki / being defeated that sent them back. Because we saw them get like team rocketed, like yeeted into the sky, Team Rocket's blasting off again. And they ended up back. But it's just so crazy, like how it works. Because like so we're saying then that if they get a certain amount of, if they get injured a certain amount by like Gear 5 attacks by the fucking captains of the giant pirates, if they get hit hard as fuck by all this shit, then they regenerate. But if they get hit a little bit harder than that, then they get severed. Their connection gets severed, and they get sent back to where they like originally were. But also like their physical bodies. It's just my mind is having a hard time processing it, I guess, because like it's not like their physical bodies were there and they're like astral projecting themselves to Egghead. Right. Like they're physically being sent back because maybe what people are saying is that like it was Haki that sent them there, or some sort of a Devil Fruit ability even that sent them there, and that connection is being severed by the Haki. I don't know. Mars proves that Luffy plus Frankie plus Sanji plus Bonnie equals one Joy Boy. That's good math. Mugiwara is saying, once again, Beans, I'm with you. Interesting. Look at the panel. This is Mr. Rubik's again. Look at the panel. The group was sent back by the rope. Mars was already sitting there, having been defeated the previous chapter. I think you're overthinking it. I could be overthinking it. I could be. I could be very easily overthinking it. And that is probably and usually the case. But I do want to look at it one more time. I think it's interesting to me, and it's the reason I am kind of stuck on it is because it does give potentially so much more insight into like how they operate or like what they're like really capable of. Like, are they connected to Eam? So on and so forth. Like, let's look at this panel here, because this is where it's happening. So it is the knot, like the knot gets pulled, the Haki, and the Haki does, okay, yeah, I could see that. And that's how I read it initially, that it does cause them to turn back and then takes it a step further. And sends them back. Mars is already there. But that's even like kind of, but I just like the idea that potentially, right? Like Saturn or Eam, like Saturn was the one who drew them there. And so when he got hit by the Haki, it drew them back, or Eam felt the Haki, drew them back, their connection. I don't know. I just like these ideas, but you're probably right. It probably is that simple, that the Haki from the rope just, it was something that disrupted their connection and sent them all back. And since Saturn was the only physical one there, that's why he remained. But it proves that they're like so much stronger, I think, than we originally, or I originally gave them credit for. Because again, if you hit them hard as fuck, but not hard enough, they regenerate. If you actually, like, the only way you can do anything to them is by sending them back. Like, so no matter what you do, they either regenerate or like you hit a reset button and they just kind of like respawn. They respawn where they came from that room. Like, that makes them even crazier. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but Saturn didn't.
But Saturn didn't. Right. Okay. This is why I like doing these live. I'm going to end the poll now. It's been long enough. So, yeah, 83, yeah, Joy Boy, not Haki. Okay. Let's see if we have anything to catch up on. We did get a super chat from Fredo.
Good smell.
Shout out Fredo. Joy Boy was on another level. How did he die? I mean, that's the other big question. If this Haki is something that he was able to store for this long in a fucking knot, then what else was this man capable of, and who was strong enough to take him out? And he obviously had friends like Emeth, and I'm sure like Zunisha, and I'm sure like a bunch of other, very strong friends. But it had to be some sort of coordinated attack, man.
Right.
Or betrayal or sacrifice. I don't know.
Judas.
Who's the fucking Judas? Zunisha is the Judas. I'm just kidding.
They're all the Judases.
They're all the Judases. Jonathan R with a super chat. Thank you.
It's
Jonathan
your
R.
kitchen.
Thank you.
Said, I don't know if this was pointed out, but who the hell is that with Eam? Isn't that Eam supposed to be a secret being known only by the elders? Why is there a random person there? Apparently, Jonathan R., we've seen them before.
Right. We have seen them before, but like, who are they? Is it like a bunch of different people? Is it just one person? Like,
that's a good question too.
Who is it? I need to know.
It's actually, you know how the Gorosei are all they're planets, right? We have Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, whatever. But that person is actually, because we don't have a Pluto, right? That person is actually Pluto, and they were a Gorosei, just like Pluto was a planet, but then they got kicked out. They got kicked out of the Gorosei when Pluto got kicked out of the Planet Club. And so they got demoted to being just the PA, to being Eames' PA, which stands for Pluto Assistant.
It wouldn't be IA? Eames' assistant?
Well, it's just PA's personal assistant, and it also is like Pluto's.
It's like Pluto.
Yeah. Just thought you would have got that because
Pluto's the weapon, though. That's what Jonathan R. said. There's already a Pluto.
That's true. It
could be like a star, constellation.
That's true. Who are they? Who the fuck are they? Who the?
I heard they're trying
you?
to change the zodiac too, or like
the animals.
No, not zodiac. The horoscope, like horoscope dates, like they've been wrong.
Really?
I mean, I wanted here.
You know what's so funny is it's just because it is kind of, it's a tangent, but there is connective tissue there. Say what you will, and I think that like the astrology got memed out super hard, and it is kind of funny and it is kind of goofy for sure, but I also think it's just because it's not ever really like explained well, or it has sort of become a imitation of itself, I guess. Like, I don't know. It's just kind of gotten, it's been made campier and campier. I don't know, like goofier and goofier. I don't know. But the idea that like, because of the different like gravitational pulls of planets, I was going to say planetational pull, gravitational pull of planets, and like your being born like in proximity to that, like
to the stars
and into the stars and stuff, and where they're at in orbit at the time. It is kind of interesting. Like things react to that, things respond to that.
What? Josh is learning astrology for the first time?
No, I'm not learning astrology for the first time. I just think it's funny because people are so quick to shit on it because of what it's like become, I guess. But like the actual idea is like really,
what it's become. What has it become?
People shit on astrology all the time because it's like how people talk about it, or like maybe even the type of people who talk about it. It's become
no, they use it against other people. Like people are ruining it.
That's one way to look at it.
If you're just low key about it, you're like, oh, I like this, but not like, oh, you're this sign, I literally can't talk to you, and I fucking hate your guts.
Right. That's right.
Or like, oh, I'm gonna really try to be friends with this other person because like I know we get along because like you're a Pisces and I'm an Aquarius, and
that right.
I really want this to work, so make it
people
fucking
have ruined
work.
It. You're right.
Yeah, it's the people. It's not the. It's just like religion.
Right.
There's good people in it and there's bad people in it. There's good people in the world and bad people in the world. But apparently, I think I looked up your chart because I looked at mine, and you're like a whole new. It's like a new fucking sign.
Wow, Sagittarius?
No, it's a new sign. Like it's like what is it? How many signs are there?
I have no idea.
But there's like a new one. Instead of like 6, it's like 7, or like instead of 8, there's like 9.
I'm gonna have to look.
I don't know how many there are. 13. I think it's 13. I think it's 13. Yeah, there's 13. There's 12 now, but there's really 13. Anyway, yeah, it's a whole thing.
Crazy.
But
Boutier said, I'll say it one more time. The story showed us Saturn summoned them. Never has the story mentioned Eam being involved or connected. We have to see things based on what Oda told us, not our own speculation, in my opinion. Boutier, shout out. Boutier. No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right that would be the best way to interpret it, because it's what we've been shown. And I agree. I agree. Let's just make a new sign and call it Nika. Between the crab and the goat is Josh. So I'm not quite the goat, but I'm not quite the crab. I'm like somewhere in the middle. I like that. Yeah, man. This chapter was probably one of my favorite chapters. I really liked it. a lot. And I do think we might see the resolution or like what happens between Saturn and Emeth, or just like what else Saturn is going to do there, like how like was mentioned previously, the Straw Hats are going to get through the remaining Marines that are standing after, you know, that Haki, which let's just try to see. Let's try to see like what that looked like, because like obviously probably what over 90% of people were probably taken out. I wonder how many are standing. Obviously Dahl is right here looking like they're having a hard time, but like not showing them passed out, right? So if we can assume that Dahl, and then we see one of the other vice admirals here who hasn't passed out. So yeah, it'll be like the strongest ones left standing. I don't know. Maybe we'll see how they get through. But again, this is really it now. This is really, really, really it now. But yeah. Josh, read my comment on the Straw Hat. Red Dragon. Oh, Par was talking about this, where you can click on a person and go to like channel activity and look up. I can literally see everything that they've ever commented before.
Ah,
it's crazy, huh?
That's cool.
And it's like, it's so crazy. Like I have their whole like a little report on them. I can see how many times they've deleted a message, they've been timed out, their message has been hidden. Read my last message on the Straw Hat. The Straw Hat saw the creation of powerful groups that can affect the world government, with their first mates being monsters. So who was Joy Boy's first mate? Are they the same level as Joy Boy? The Straw Hat saw the creation of powerful groups that can affect the world government, with their first mates being monsters. So who was Joy Boy's first mate? Are they the same level as Joy Boy? I mean, I would honestly say, yeah. I mean, they if not the same level, like very, very close. I mean, we look at everybody else in the first mate position compared to their captains, and it's like,
yeah,
there are gaps, but like it's pretty close. Like they're still, compared to your average person, and not even like your average strong person, they're still incredibly powerful. So I don't know who they are. I don't think Emeth is their first mate by any means. At all. But I would consider them to be on a similar level. Absolutely. Them and their first mate. Josh knows what everybody said. Yeah, I'm going to just start clicking on this shit. Josh being able to see all the comments from us with a click, he's going to cry if he reads all of Conrad's. Why is Lick, shout out Lick, why is no one talking about the big Straw Hat and Mare Joie? Because Joy Boy is confirmed smaller. We actually did talk about it earlier, and it actually was something that I wrote down in the Book of Elves. I wrote down that hat, number one, is not Joy Boy's. It's not actually Joy Boy's hat. It is someone else's hat. But we also wrote down, or talked about rather, that the Joy Boy could still be a giant. It could still be a giant. I really do still think, compared, and I know you never know with Oda, but I do still think he could be a giant. I do not think he's a Buccaneer, and I do not think he's an average size, Joe.
Right.
Mr. Van said, Elizabeth, reminding everybody to like the stream. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
You're our hero for that. Yeah, the Joy Boy apologies are weird, especially if you wanted to be king of the world. That is a dangerous dream. And that's what we were talking about earlier when we talked about, like, king of what? Like, king of the...
Yeah, exactly.
Pirates, king of what?
Exactly.
Like,
what is that? What does that mean?
And we've talked about even this before, but I think it would be interesting if, I don't know, like Joy Boy, obviously, because Joy Boy is not Nika. the sun god, right? It's Nika, Joy Boy, Luffy. They're sort of like vassals, or they're sort of like people who are able to harness like Nika's power, right? But what if we find out that like Joy Boy sure was cool, but like was also not perfect? That's interesting, right?
Right.
So king of like the world, that is dangerous. That is crazy. I don't know. I feel like Emmett might have been like the chopper of the group. He seemed like a child in that flashback.
Aww.
Again, had the same mark. I know people say Alabasta.
But like, why though? Like, why would it be? Like, I don't want them to be all the same.
No.
I don't want him to be.
But if you had to compare, right? It's like if people...
But there's no comparison since they're different characters.
No, 100%. But it's like if people compare...
Like if he's the doctor?
Like when people say like, oh, like compare us to like... It's like... Someone I think did this recently, or we did this on somebody else's podcast. Compare us to like the It's Always Sunny characters or whatever. You know what I mean? Like we're different people or different characters, you know what I mean?
I guess.
But like, who is the who of what group?
Right.
What did we do that on? We did that recently.
I don't know.
And it was like a group. It wasn't Preach. It wasn't Preach. But anyway, that's just a fun game to play. Like, who's the dentist of this group? You never want to be the dentist of any
No.
group.
No, you really don't. Like, even though everyone like laughs at him and like he's really funny and entertaining, like you love Dennis, but you don't want to be Dennis.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
It's funny.
This is from East Blue Nation. Quick fun fact about One Piece. It's a bit random, but still fascinating. Dr. Hogback may have been inspired by Carl Tanzler. If you look him up and what he did, your mind will be blown.
Ooh.
Okay, Carl Tanzler. I might have to look that up. I might have to look that up a little bit later, but I am going to copy and paste it right now so I don't forget to do that. Wasn't there one about Smosh? Oh, yeah. People compared us to Shane and I forget the other person's name from Smosh.
Smosh.
Bro, this guy looks crazy.
What is that?
This is the person that...
No, what is that?
Oh, no, I want to pull this up so everybody can see, and then we'll look at it. This is what East Blue Nation is saying Hogback, who Hogback might have been.
Oh, compared to... I don't
inspired
like
by.
looking at that.
But the first, like, you literally type in their name, and the first thing that comes up is, like, is this. And it's terrifying.
Is that like a human being? Click that. You know, a man who lived with a corpse for 7 years?
Bro.
Stop. I fucking hate. The disturbing true story of Carl Tanzler and the corpse he dug up and lived with for 7 years.
What the fuck?
That's definitely him.
Yeah,
that's definitely him. That's definitely who he's based off of, because it's like Sindri. It's exactly like Sindri. She was an actress. And now she's with Hawk. That's crazy
that a real actual person would do that. That an actual human being that lived and walked this earth would fucking do that shit.
Disgusted. Replaced her skin with wax.
Wow. And is that an actual picture of...
That's probably it.
Holy fuck.
Even in death.
She can't.
Bear. The fucking bear.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow.
He a fan.
Bro.
Disgusting.
I'm fucked up.
Like, what levels of depravity? Like, fucking depravity. He looks like the fucking professor from Umbrella Academy.
He kind of does look like the dad from Umbrella Academy, yeah.
Bro.
That's so crazy. Look her up before death.
Bro.
Oh, I think it's this here. Yeah, bro.
I can't look at it's like one of those TikToks that you like look up and people will like comment like, sorry for looking in your eyes.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, like like I don't want to stare at it because I feel like I'm gonna be like fucking cursed.
Fuck, holy fuck. I'm fucking disgusted right now. Okay, so this is her, right? before. And I don't even want to show, because there's another picture, and I don't even want to show it. Oda just pulling inspiration, you dog, from everywhere, bro, from the craziest places. But yeah, there's another picture, and it says right here, the corpse of Elena after Carl replaced her decaying flesh with wax and strung her body together with wire. Doesn't even look like her anymore. Like, looks like...
No, because it's just a wax figure. Like, it's...
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
There's more information that I do not want to know.
It is...
Let's change the
Drew
subject.
said, show it. It is just...
Oh, my God. That ruined my fucking Friday.
It's interesting, and also, like, the fact that, again, Oda seems to have really pulled inspiration from this real life person, but that a real life person would fucking do this doesn't surprise me. But oh my God, it's just not something that I expected. Like, holy fucking shit. The lengths, you know? Nightmares tonight. Moonman said, the fuck did I just walk into? Long story short, Moonman, it was...
Moonman, I want to go to the moon with you because I don't want to be on this fucking earth anymore.
Knowing that people have walked it like that, I don't want to be on this earth anymore. I want to go to space.
No, yeah.
It was East Blue Nation sent us the potential inspiration for Dr. Hogback, Oda's potential inspiration for the character of Hogback, and it was a real man who fell in love with a patient that died of tuberculosis and just dug up their corpse and like just decided to like be with it, you know? Crazy.
That's a way to say it. We were talking about cute Emeth. I know. It's okay.
Yeah. Anyway, back to cute Emeth. Crazy. I do like learning more about these like crazy ass fucking connections though.
Right.
That exist in the world of One Piece. It's wild. Because again, and I've talked about this before, and I know it's maybe cheesy or whatever, but like, what is so cool to me about the fact that Oda does this, and so many people do this, and it's just like how artists get inspiration, right? Pulling from like all kinds of other, whether they're real life things or other, you know, works of art, whatever. But like, it's stories like this that make me want to learn about these other real life things that inspired them. So in a way, I'm more eager to learn about things after reading something inspired by them than I would have been without that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have never learned about that person.
Josh doesn't like history unless it's in One Piece.
Unless it's in One Piece. No, but like, and I
Josh learning about astrology. Well, and history and learning why people like
it's the people who fucking ruined astrology. You were right about that. But I just think as I get older, I appreciate history more. When I was in high school, I did not appreciate it. I was like, this.
I liked it because it wasn't math.
In school I kind of liked math, but it was one of those things where.
Who are you?
It was one of those things where it's like, as soon as summer would come, I would forget everything and have to relearn it all the next year. But it was satisfying to my brain.
Wow.
Because it was like getting a puzzle. Like,
that's cool for you.
But you liked history. What was your favorite subject? English?
Yeah.
I think I asked you that before.
Yeah.
English?
Yeah. I wouldn't say I was super into any subject. I mean, I liked writing essays, I guess, but I guess I liked history. I don't know.
I like history a lot now, though. And I got a lot of catching up to do. I got a lot of fucking learning to do. Hoping to have Parvision as a guest. I would love to have Par back at some point. I would love to have him back.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
He's just one of those people that will always be, in the V1 family. And it's just a matter of time. before we have him on again, or we go on his channel again or whatever. I think that's it though. I think that's it for today. Have to wrap it up a little bit earlier than usual, even though it's been a little over 2 hours. There are some other things that we have to get to today. Another like appointment that I have, and I want to shout out Megan, the queen, the goat, because she has been over the past 2 days. She's been working hard on a video that I assume that a lot of people probably forgot was even coming out. Or had maybe made peace with the fact would maybe never come out, and that is the next set of Theo Johnny episodes. They've been in the bank collecting dust for some time. They're so funny and they were so fun to record, but really, I think I said this on a community live, but really, like I had said that I was gonna edit them and that I was gonna get them out as soon as possible. But I really kind of overestimated or underestimated, whichever one is correct, like how I would feel after like all the adulting and anime stuff and just like some other videos we were doing at that time. And plus, like I said, we've been working on some other things, behind the scenes too. And so long story short, like I didn't really realize how like burnt out I was. And anyway, I just want to, so I didn't get to them for the longest time, and Megan just came in and has been like really going through it and really been making it so much funnier and so much like better, and just been like working so hard on it. And yeah, you're an amazing teammate. And I just appreciate you, and I want to give you your flowers, and I want people to know that when that video does come out very soon, it'll be all because of her.
Wow!
And it would have been another fucking 6 months if it would have been just me. So thank you for that, and look forward to that soon. And you can look forward to that soon because of Megan. So shout out Megan.
Thank you
for that. Can't take any kind of compliment. Theo got the buzz balls. Yeah, he did. He got a devil fruit buzz ball, and he pounded it almost immediately after the episode. And I wish we would have still had the cameras on. I mean, we have the camera. We recorded giving it to him, but then we're like, all right, say your goodbye, sign off. And then he's like, are we done? And then he cracked it open and pounded it. Yeah. That's going to do it for this stream, this conversation. Thank you guys for hanging out with us, for talking about this incredible story with us. Stay tuned for that. The Theo Johnny episode. Thank Megan for that. And the next One Piece episode should be fucking insane. So we're hoping to be able to record that maybe on Sunday. But even if we do record it Monday, we're going to try to get it out on Monday on the YouTube channel as soon as possible, because it's the Garp episode. And again, we react to all those episodes for our Patreon and YouTube members. They're all there for them. And then more Bebop coming soon. And some other hopefully really cool stuff on the horizon. Don't even want to tease any of it yet because I don't want to get ahead of myself. But yeah, stay tuned. Jonathan R. coming in at the buzzer.
Jonathan R., thank you.
What can I say? He's an awesome guy.
Shout out Jonathan R. Josh being humbling and wholesome and nice to Megan has Lisan Al-Gaib's powers finally overtaken Josh.
Finally.
She finally, sandworm, mindworm. Yeah. But the only thing left to do now is to get out of here on our outro. That's always the same. It never changes. And you guys, or Megan, Megan usually comes up with them, but the chat when we're live also helps out a lot. So if you guys have any suggestions, we're all fucking ears. What is the outro today?
I cannot wait for next week.
That's pretty good. That is pretty good.
One Piece Day celebration next weekend.
Oh yeah, is that when the One Piece news is coming out? I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Deku, get off my damn cover.
Bro, that shit is so funny. That shit is so funny. Because I know that
pull the leather, Emmett.
That's funny too. I know that like the creator of My Hero like doesn't really care, and it's not that at all. Like it just is what it is, whatever. But like, again, if I wasn't a One Piece fan, I'd be like, what the fuck is what? Really? Can't like My Hero can't have one fucking thing?
Yeah, he can't be like front and center for one cover.
For his last fucking
for, like,
chapter?
One cover.
Let's tie the knot. That's good. That's good. Let's tie the knot.
Wrong lever.
That's funny as fuck.
Until next time, Josh might be nice to Megan again.
Okay. Let's go with manga suggestion. I cannot wait.
Right.
For next week.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Oh shit, look like, hey guys, I'm coming tomorrow to the One Piece Symphony Orchestra here in Singapore. I'm so freaking excited, bro. I envy you. It was here too, but we didn't get to go see it. We had some friends that got to go see it, said it was amazing. You're going to have a great time. Have the fucking best time, dude. That's awesome. That's so sick. All right. We got it. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you guys, as always, for watching, for hanging out, for talking about these chapters with us. It's the highlight of our week. You guys are the fucking best. And until next time, Tony's ready to go too. Until next time, I cannot wait for next week.
That was pretty bad.
Chapter next week, which I think there is. And Tony, are you just like kind of jumping in on the outro with us, or what? Like why?
Or what? What's going on?
Why did you choose that moment to go crazy?